This is my review of the last Saiyuki, Chapter 10, Tokushu Enchanted Land. So we finally learned a little bit more about the two mysterious kids who saved them, and as turns out, Estelle's 11 years old, which a little bit younger than I was expecting. And Nero is 32 years old, which I did not expect that. I thought maybe 12. Nope, he's actually really freaking old. They're the ones that got the request from his father to go save his four friends, but they figured something wasn't right, so they decided, let's go check in on your father just to be safe. And they were pretty surprised by what they found. Very cute interaction here where Ryu says he doesn't mind that she was dressed up as Ling Ling because she is a warrior on the side of justice, and therefore Estella must be a nice person, which, oh my god, that is, I think, the most embarrassing thing a person can say, honestly. So yeah, then we see a giant freaking egg-shaped palace, which, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I thought to myself, okay, now how the fuck are they keeping this hidden from the rest of the world? Turns out, they don't have to try that hard. There's a barrier around this entire city that keeps everybody out. And I'm just saying, looking at this egg, I think it might actually be literal when they say an egg. Because the entrance isn't like a carved something, it's literally a crack in the egg, which, what the freak was supposed to hatch out of this thing? That's what I want to know. Maybe something in Japanese folklore I don't know about. Some story about a giant egg, I'm not sure. Speaking of Japanese culture, he's noticing everybody's dressed a little interesting. One guy's got a giant 3-foot sword on his back. The other girl has a Pac-Man gun on her arm. And the one guy is dressed up as, I'm going to say, Gohan from Dragon Ball. So, yeah, that was interesting. The basic explanation is that they are dressed as someone stronger than they are, so they do not feel fear when they are in battle, and someday, if he wants to fight, he'll need an image of strength, an image of someone stronger than he is. Which, I am curious, how he's going to dress up then. Is he going to be his father? Is he going to be... Oh, God. Oh, just... I had a really weird thought. What if he dressed up as Koharu and Koharu dresses up as him because they both see each other as stronger than they are, and that's how they... Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I love that. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen, but that'd be very amusing if it did. Then Nero basically tells them that they're essentially stuck here. The whole one rule was that nobody in the outside world can know about Koharu because then they'd find her and then she'd release their demons and then be the apocalypse. But even knowing that, Gohaku, his father, Pops, he took her away, but thankfully he's friends with the boss, who I really want to meet at some point. Seriously, who's the boss of this place? I want to see that. Anyway, so his punishment is just that he can't talk to his son or Koharu for a little while. Which, alright. And it still just leaves the question of why did he take Koharu? It even said, back in the first chapter, there are things I just can't tell you about this right now. And I just really want to know why. What was the purpose of all this? But, according to Nero, it was for Ryu's sake. It was for him that he was willing to do all of this, and I'm just not sure why. How would this save him? Okay, another weird thought. Is Ryu even real? Is he just like a materialized monster? And being around, within 100 feet of Koharu is the only way he can keep existing? Or, I really don't know anymore. I'm very curious about that. Anyway, then they meet back up, and Ling and Koharu seem to be getting along really well. They bath together, they eat together, and Nero basically explains that there aren't really any young girls in the island, so Ling's been looking for a friend. I call her Ling, that's the anime, I'm sorry. Estelle's been looking for a friend for a very long time, and now she has one. Also, apparently there are at least a few people here who can float. There are people in this place who can fly. I'm not sure how much longer this series is going to last, but before it ends, I just need to see 10 other people who are part of this order and see what their powers are. I just need to see how they use them. That's my last wish for this series, honestly. Well, that and learning why his father, took Koharu. So then they basically get an explanation about all this. So back long, long, long ago in the Tang Dynasty, there existed K, who could create monsters out of people's fears, and there created Sai, who could destroy those monsters. And apparently, over countless generations, they became turned into one person. The stories became they were one. They were Son Goku. Also, there's apparently some deep, dark secret that absolutely no one in the world can know about for reasons I'm not sure of which. But even though Kay created monsters, that doesn't necessarily mean she was bad. Because as he shows him the snake specimen, that was an illness that was monsterized. So if you have a deep-rooted illness that's causing you fear, and it's turned to a monster and killed, then that's it. Your illness has been cured. Even incurable illnesses would be cured just like that. So K could have a purpose in even this modern world. But at the same time, once the illness has been materialized, it could spread and infect other people. So if you say you had a tumor in your foot, it was turned to a monster and then let loose, then it could infect other people before it's killed, and then they would have the tumor in their foot too. We then switch some very strange medical clinic where the doctor is holding the evil book of 100 demons and says he's been stricken by the tiger, wolf, and boar, which... okay, I guess, why not? I'm going to assume he's going to be the next villain. He's a doctor who's trying to relieve patients by materializing their monsters, but at the same time, that risks them getting loose and killing other people, so it's like a catch-22. Like, yes, he helped people, but he put other people at risk in order to do it, and that can't be allowed to continue. It makes a certain amount of sense. I do think that's going to be an upcoming villain, but I think next chapter is just got to be Ryu, learning how to control his powers. I kind of imagine he can't go Super Saiyan all the time, and I really don't think he can go Super Saiyan in front of all these people, because it'd reveal to them that, hey, wait a minute, she's not human! I mean, even Stella had to be fibbed to, so she doesn't know the full truth. But, now that he's activated the power, now that he's experienced Super Saiyan, I think he could learn to do that stuff on his own without being connected to her, Not as fast or as powerful to such a degree, but he's felt that power. He's felt what it's like to have no limits, and as Kay said, his mind has expanded to being closer to a true human form, so it might possibly he can just do it on his own now, or at least a smaller version of that. That'd certainly be interesting. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on this chapter. Next week's definitely testing, training, unlocking new powers arc, and eventually going to kill the doctor, I guess. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think his powers can do? Be sure to like and subscribe. Until next week, peace.